My dear Arsenal fans, I think it's come to a point where you have to look at things in your own perspective, look at things in your own way. I think with everything in life, it's always relative. You know, you can you can categorize success in you can look at it from different perspective to you. And what's making me say this is the fact that, at every season, with football fans and all, you always like to compare. At the end of the season, you would say, oh, we had a better season. Did we win trophy? Did we do this? Did we do that? But as an individual Arsenal fan, last season, Arsenal finished semi-finals of the Champions League and they came second again. Yeah, everyone wants to win a trophy, but you've got to think of it in your own perspective. How is it relative to your own story, your own success? Look at where Arteta picked up Arsenal from and look at where we are today. The previous season we came second and we finished in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. While this season we've proceeded to go into the semi-finals and also finish in second, which if you look at the season based on the number of injuries and also the problem with the officiating and having so many numerous red cards, you would see that at least there might not be a significant improvement, but there's still a movement. So if that is okay for you as an Arsenal fan, you don't have to argue with anyone. A Tottenham fan saying, "Oh, they had a better season because they won Europa League or this." It's not your business, you know. Just believe what you. I think I've been seeing so many things regarding transfers from Arsenal fans. We're so emotional when it comes to transfers, and we just believe any story out there. We believe any story out there. And I mean, you shouldn't be believing anything you see out there. At least think and look at the situation of your club. Talking of transfers, look at what the club has done. Yeah, of course, everyone loves Thomas Partey. I love Thomas Partey in the midfield. My thinking was when zubimendi comes in, Thomas Partey will second and be the second midfielder, which would be great to have those kind of two players competing for the same position and helping each other out. Because you never know what happens during the season. You can have injuries and all. But at the end of the day, the club are in a position where they have to make a decision. So with every relationship, whether be it marriage or anything, both parties are going to come together and see if it works out for them. And Arsenal and Thomas Partey, I'm sure Mikel Arteta wants Thomas Partey to stay. Nobody wants Thomas Partey like Mikel Arteta because he was the one that brought him in and he's one of his key midfielders. So I'm sure Mikel Arteta wants Thomas Partey. He said it in numerous press conferences that my decision is clear. You know what we want from Thomas Partey. They want him to stay. But if the club and the player cannot come to a good agreement that benefits both parties and they decide to part ways, I don't think there should be any problem with that. And the fact that the club has swiftly gone in to bring in zubimendi and also brought in Christian Norgarrd, which is an experienced captain in the Premier League, I don't think there should be any force and any problem with Arsenal fans, being emotional. And I mean, when I see Arsenal fans just talking online, saying different things, I don't get surprised. To wrap up my video, I smile and I laugh inside when I see Arsenal fans. I know there are Arteta ins, Arteta out, and all, but there's a question I really want you to sit down and ask yourself. Do you think Manchester United would like to have Mikel Arteta as the manager rather than their manager right now? Do you think the same of Chelsea? Do you think the same with Tottenham? Do you think the same with so many other fans from different clubs that gaslight you into thinking that Mikel Arteta is really a poor manager because he has gone from second to second to second and he hasn't been able to win the league? Nobody wants to win the league like Mikel Arteta. I'm damn so sure of that. Nobody wants to win the league like that man. So at least, just keep giving him a chance. If you're trying to achieve something and you haven't been able to achieve it, are you just gonna give up or you're gonna try again? And frankly, let's say Mikel Arteta is sacked tomorrow or tonight. Who do you replace him with? That's gonna guarantee you instant league titles, instant Champions League. If you're not going for Pep Guardiola, which is not readily available, you're not going for Jurgen Klopp, you're not going for the likes of, very good managers. Who in the market right now is gonna take up the job and just guarantee you straight success and league titles? Who? I'm just asking, really, who?